Hello and welcome to Love Brand You on Win Win Women TV. I'm Sam Rafoss, your host for this metaphysical show focused on faith and inspiration for you to transform from the inside out and make your dreams true. Let's get started as we do every week with our opening prayer. If you'd like to, you can close your eyes, you can take a deep breath and just settle in, and here we go. My God source loves me no matter what. I am always lovable and give myself compassion for everything I've ever done or not done. Love heals me more quickly than self-judgment. I choose love now for me and for everyone in my life. For this, I give thanks. I let it be so, and so it is. Amen. All right. On today's show, I am joined by three of my coaching colleagues, and we are talking about well-being and spirituality and how it contributes to the success of our lives and those of our clients. By the end of the show, I hope that you'll have a new tip or a takeaway that you can add to your success habits. Let me introduce you to each of these esteemed women. Ajanta Nikam helps working moms go from chaos to calm. A veteran of the corporate world by day, she leads by example in her coaching side hustle, guiding women how to overcome stress and create a blissful personal and professional life. She is the host of Grand Life Mastery every Friday morning on Win Win Women TV. Welcome, Ajanta.
Thank you for having me, Sam. It's a pleasure being here. Happy to be here. Thank you.
I'm so happy you are here. My next guest, Elian Haan, is a wellness coach and a life coach who practices virtually and in person in Texas. Her background in fitness and movement and many years teaching yoga and meditation classes brought Elian to where her clients follow her today. For pain management, anxiety intervention techniques, and moving forward after trauma and substance abuse. She is the host of Elian's Joy on Win Win Women TV on Saturday afternoons. Welcome, Elian.
Thank you, Sam. I'm super excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
I am so happy you are here as well, Elian. And my next guest, Dr. Valerie McGaha, is an associate professor. I'm having trouble with all these professional words. So, okay. Dr. Valerie McGaha is an associate professor, licensed professional counselor, a licensed marriage and family therapist, and a certified professional coach. She works with women to provide social, personal, financial, and academic success. Her effective tools and successful strategies help individuals navigate through difficult times and enhance awareness and positive experiences associated with suicide and mental health. Valerie is the host of Yearn for Joy on Win Win Women TV on Saturday afternoons. I think it's just a little bit later than Elian's show. Welcome, Valerie.
Hello, thank you for having me.
As I said, I am so happy to have all of you. And before we get going with the questions, as I said at the beginning, this episode is about well-being, spirituality, and success. But before we start with the conversation, I want to give a shout out to Barry and Ann Fowler, the founders of Fowler International Academy of Professional Coaching. Their certification programs and teachings have made me a better coach and brought me into the Fowler coaching family, which includes Valerie, Elian, and Ajanta, the women on our panel here today. I have learned so much from these women, and when I was deciding to have a panel, I thought these are the first women that I want to join me on my panel, because we have shared so much time together over the last year in our Fowler coaching family, helping each other, teaching each other, supporting each other. So get ready those of you who are viewing the show, whether it's here live or on replay, you will learn a lot from these women. So let's get going. I have questions that I'm going to have each of you answer. So Elian, I'm going to start with you for question number 1, and then I'll get to Valerie and Ajanta after. So what led you to what you are doing now?
Well, Sam, I would love to explain that. I've been working for years in the fitness and wellness industry, and then the last couple of years, I started working at a addiction rehab facility. So all my clients and my patients are doing classes with me and are always telling me a little bit more stories that actually have not to do with what they should share with me. So it's kind of like a hair salon where you get it all. And so that way, I just, at some point, I have a lot of counselors. I am a counselor by title at work, but I got a lot of professional therapists and psychiatrists around me. And I thought I needed to stick a title to that. I did not want to go for years back to college. So for that reason, I found Fowler Academy and never been happier with the information and with the family that I found. Absolutely.
Thank you. Valerie, that same question to you. What led you to what you're doing now?
Wow, what is my why? As a psychologist, marriage and family therapist, and addiction counselor, I wanted more. Prior to my receiving coaching or my doing the certification for coaching, I received coaching and I saw the benefits. I experienced the benefits and it was wonderful. At the end, I could testify that I had a desire, I had a yearning. I knew myself better than I did before. I knew how to ask questions. I knew how to ask myself questions. It was wonderful coming up with those aha moments for me. And I'm thinking, I don't ever want to do something for other people that I haven't experienced it myself. And so at the end of coaching, I was driving that wheel. I was driving my car. I knew what I wanted. I was designated. I had plans and I had actions, and it was wonderful. And so I saw the work, and it's forward moving. It's about thriving and living. And I've experienced that joy from the beginning even to now. Thank you, Sam.
And I'm nodding, and I know that you guys can likely only see Valerie, and this is what I do on the show or when I'm on other people's show. I'm always nodding in the background because I can completely relate to what you're saying. Ajanta, same question to you. What led you to doing what you're doing now?
Yeah, so I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and I have an experience of 15 years in corporate industry. So while working few years back, I went through a severe stress of being professional, perfectionist, as well as managing my at-home responsibilities. Being a woman, everybody has to face some challenges. And my challenge was putting others first. So that is my habit. And then being a perfectionist. So being a perfect person as well as putting others first, keeping myself at the last. So these habits created a stress, created an anxiety, and that has affected my health. When I realized that me being perfectionist and people pleaser has created the stress, created the health issue. Actually, I had an accident, at-home accident. I realized that I have to change. I have to change my life. I have to change the way I handle things. And I was able to manage, come out of it, bounce back from my situation. After that, I realized the way we mothers, the way we handle situations. And I started looking outside in the environment, how working moms, how they handle things. We working mom, we start our work life just to take care of our families. but then we take our health at risk. So that's why this is my experience, and my experience helped me to realize and help other moms. And this is my mission, to help the working moms around the globe, around the world, and help them to create a blissful personal as well as the professional life. Move them from the crazy busy to more meaningful and manageable working life. So that's why I'm here. Thank you, Sam.
which you do so well, because anybody who's viewing this show, I know these women personally and professionally, like I said, for the last year, probably maybe a little bit more. And I know that you each do what you're talking about here today. And that's why I get excited about having women like you on the show. So for our second question, I'm asking each of you, who are your typical clients and what is your core message for well-being and success? And let's start with Elian, let's start off with you.
Well, my typical clients in rehab, of course, are clients that are having some severe problems in all difficult aspects of life. And in my private life coaching practice, it's the same. Everybody is suffering now, even more so, with the stress and the anxiety, depression. Those are my clients that cannot really handle some or all aspects around them, or just some fragments of life, and just really fall off for a while. And it has not been easy, of course, in the whole COVID experience. The last 2 years we're not out, so it's really hard on people. And just everyday life, just all ages, everyday life, we just sometimes can't do it, can't see it, can't go forward. So people that are stuck, and if you're stuck, then it's a good thing to reach out. If it goes back really deep, I always tell people to go seek out a therapist. If it's something just that might be temporarily that we can work on, then through these programs, I have so many programs and plans to help people go forward.
And you use your meditation, yoga, pain management. I'm just trying to think of when you and I have had conversations. What are your favorite, or what are your clients' favorite methods? I know I'm throwing that at you, but
not at all. It's not at all. Most of it comes from my background in movement. So I'm a movement specialist all the way around, more than 35 years. So it goes way back inside, of course. So what I tell my clients first is to seek out yoga and meditation, and seek out that stillness and go back inwards, which of course I had to do, because what happened to me is that I used to be in the fitness business, but it was all about skinny and not being able to walk the next day and six pack. And I cannot do that anymore. So I just want to, just do something relaxed. But for me, it had years ago, I've been on this path for 20 years. It had the same effect. It taught me anxiety intervention techniques, and it taught me physically that I can heal myself unless we have a broken leg, but we can heal ourselves from the inside out and become stronger warriors instead of warriors. Excuse my accent.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And I'm going to use that. Warriors, not warriors.
Yes.
Perfect.
So a little strength and so meditation, breathing techniques, Tai Chi, all kind of physical stuff first to get in touch with your mind, body. So it's all about mind, body, spirit, my show. So
this is why we're all connected spirits here on this show, because everything I do, and Ajanta, Valerie, Elian, we're all the mind, body, spirit triad. Okay, I'm going to ask, let Ajanta answer that question. Do you want me to ask the question again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Where is it? Who are your typical clients and your core message for well-being and success?
Yeah. So I mostly help working moms. I have seen working moms because they juggle too much. They have personal life going on, many responsibilities at that end, as well as the professional life. And while balancing both the areas, sometimes working mom started feeling stressed. They get anxiety and sometimes panic attack. Uh, it can lead to depression also. So I help working moms overcome stress, anxiety, burnout with my spiritual knowledge and my professional systems. I help them balance their life. I help them take control of their life rather than life controlling them. So this is my actual audience. This is my actual clients. And then I use many methods, meditation, mudras, mantras, yoga. Um, I use Kundalini, Kundalini, we call it as a Jagrut, so awakening that. So I use many spiritual methods to help moms. These are all spiritual methods. I also use the professional systems, understanding about the time management, perfectionism, how to reduce the perfectionism and have more easy techniques so that they can use the professional life. Because I have seen moms, when they are stressed, it affects their relationships, it affects their health, and it affects their career too. So this is how I help them.
For sure. And when you were talking about that, what I love about all of us and a lot of women that I talk with on this same subject is the majority of us, what we teach and coach is a lot of what we've had to learn ourselves. So when you're talking about that, you had to go through some of those, well, almost everything you're talking about, like and it's not to make light of it, been there, done that. However, that's really how we come at our best of helping other women, is to say and have that empathy. You know what? I've been there. I've experienced it. So thank you. Valerie.
Thank you for asking me. My typical clients are adults and adolescents. I am intergenerational, so I believe in working with the family. I also believe in working beyond the family system with different generations and populations. I work with individuals who have been impacted with addiction, mental health, and suicidal trauma, being ideations, completions, or what have you. My primary population are focused on adult children of alcoholics, individuals struggling with mental illness, and again, the addiction piece. My components is feeling good to do good and doing good to feel good. And my core message is embracing the good, the not so good, and really looking forward to the beautiful. Everything that we've done, when I think about my journey, I didn't make it here by myself. And so I'm about recovery, and recovery is allowing myself and allowing others to be in their true self, to really be able to identify who they believe they're created for, identifying their true worth. And so that's my clients, my population. I focus more on families. I've worked with individuals, and I've also worked with group settings. It takes what it takes. And at the end of the day, I want individuals. I love seeing the stare. I love that thriving in the eyes, and then the voice that says, I made it. I can take something small, and from those small pieces, I can build on it, one piece at a time, one step at a time, one journey at a time.
Whew. You guys, we could talk for hours, and this is what I love the show, and I love the fact that we have a set time, because it keeps me focused too. However, sometimes I think, oh, if we only had more time, so might have to have you guys back. This show would not be complete if I didn't ask each of you my spirituality question, because my show is about faith and spirituality. So This show is about spiritual awakening and evolving in our personal faith. So I'm asking each of you, how do you practice and grow in your faith? And I would love to start with Ajanta on this one.
So as I said, I believe in spirituality, the meditation, the kundalini, mudras, mantras, yoga, gratitude. These are the key things for me to start my day. So I start my day with the meditation, gratitude. So sometimes I start my day with the kundalini. So all these things are make me centered with myself. It allows me to connect me with the universe in peace. I don't start my day rushing on things, rushing on with my responsibility, my liabilities for that particular day. I start my day with calm, with by connecting myself with the universe first, getting the healing from the universe first, getting ready, getting the energy from the universe so that I can run my day in my own terms rather than the day make me run with the responsibilities given to me from the world. So I start my day with a gratitude meditation. Sometimes I use meditation first or the gratitude later, but I keep myself first 30 minutes of my day with all these things. For few months, I go with guided meditation. Sometimes I use the sound therapy. So there are different techniques, and I use different techniques, meditation techniques, depend upon the month and the mood I have. But I start my day for the first 30 minutes with all these things. I also do a fear journaling where I check myself where I'm stuck, what fears I have. And this helps me to understand that, yes, acknowledge it. Yes, you have a fear, but then you have strength to overcome that. Figure it out yourself. So I give the 30 minutes just for myself to get connected with the goodies universe has and to get connected with my divine. So this is how I start my day. And then I have a 30 minutes more. I use it as a professional way where I just go through to-do list and what I can do and what systems I can run for the day. So, but first 30 minutes is all about spiritual things for me. Thanks, Sam.
Oh, I do the same. Really, like when you're talking about that, that's what starts my day off too. My spiritual practice, a bit of yoga and prayers and meditation. So I can absolutely relate to that. Valerie, I'm going to ask you that same question.
Thank you, Sam. I believe in prayer. With prayer, to me, comes power, and I love praise. When I think about my journey, I have to be grateful for who I am, and I have to be grateful for where I am, and being grateful for the individuals who have helped me. I am collective in mentality. So I believe in the statement, I am because we are, and because we are, therefore, I am. I believe in exercise and optimism. I have to know the good. And even though I don't see the good, I have to know that it's coming, and I expect it. I've also learned to identify questions. So before I start my prayer and my praise, I ask myself, I go into the core of my being. What do I want? What is it that I really want? What do I yearn for? And I write that down, because there was a time when I didn't know how to ask things for myself. Now I'm learning to ask more and more, and I am seeing the fruits of learning to ask, because with asking comes believing and expectations.
Whew, you guys, I'm gonna tear up here. Okay, Elian.
I can't top
what's-
that. I have to ride that boat. I'm going on. I'm going last on your ship, but I start my day with gratitude meditation, absolutely every day. I had to learn that it was for me first because I was teaching it every morning as well, and that became just a more of a habit without appreciation. Does that make sense? Just doing it because you're so used to it. So I have to bring it back to me time. I'm gonna go with Dr. Valerie on that. Like, I am, yes. And I said for myself, this year was my year of I am okay. And then really with my spiritual practice, I learned over the last 20 years, and I talk extensively about that on the show, that I had to be accountable and I had to be proactive. So I believe that my higher power already knows where I'm going, but I needed to do the work and not wait for, that ship to come by 3 times, that boat, and just miss it all the time. So I really had to do the work, and I had to not wait on all a people, a 3-bedroom house or a baby or a car or a job to make me happy. I had to find my peace and happiness inside, all without anything. No attachment, no expectation, so that I could be at peace, and then everything fell in place, which is what Buddha says anyway. But I got that from Buddha. But just telling me that I had to do the work and I have to be proactive and I have to say what I want and what I would like to see happen. And if not, if that's not meant to be, then please give me a sign. And yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
you guys, you ladies, everything that you're saying, there is pieces of it that we could carry on this conversation. And you guys, we have a few minutes left. So let's end with each of you telling me and our viewers one of your best success habits. One, very quickly, one of your best success habits. And who wants to start? Valerie, Dr. Valerie.
Show up, even when I don't want to. Show up smiling, show up optimistic, and show up willing.
Love it.
Do the
Ajanta.
work. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Stepped right over you.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Elian, you go. Go.
Oh, I was gonna go right in that. with
All good.
do the work. Yes, do the work. Yeah, keep moving.
Nice. Ajanta.
Meditation. Be present. This will help you to understand yourself first. Yeah, meditation.
I agree with all of the above. And what I had for mine, I had a couple here, depending on how much time we have, and we have a couple minutes left. Mine that I'm going to share, because I agree with all of you, the one I'm going to stress is the one that I teach, is trust in tuning into your own divine guidance. So really, whether it's meditation or prayer, but tuning in, because you have the answers within. And this is why I'm always saying to people, my goal is to help you transform from the inside out, to listen to that divine self. So trust in your own divine guidance. And each week before we end the show, I like to share well, today it'll be a success quote. However, a quote that does deal with the subject matter and the theme of the day. And it was so serendipitous, which I have every single week. It just seems that the right thing shows up for me. And this morning on my angel guidance flip calendar, the quote was, when you are willing to consult divine guidance about everything, you are freed to let go and enjoy living. So how perfect is that? Each of you, before we go and before I end off with the closing prayer, each of you just tell our viewers how they can get a hold of you. So Valerie, how can people reach you?
yearnforjoy.com or yearnforjoy@gmail.com.
Awesome. Okay, Elian, how can they reach you?
You can find me elianhaan.com or info@elianhaan.com.
And Ajanta.
Grandlifemastery.com. Visit that
Excellent.
and you will have the contact information. Thank you.
Fantastic. And for me, everyone, everything is always at lovebrandyou.com. Well, ladies, thank you so much for being here. I love each and every one of you, and thank you for being here. Let's close out with the closing prayer. All right. Divine source of God dwelling within, thank you for bringing us together today to have this conversation. I recognize the universality of your expression and the multitude of ways through which well-being habits can inspire personal success and greater good to enter our lives. For this realization, I give thanks, and so it is.